blazing, my posse deep in irate, and we act a fool for the paper. Had a dream and I made it.
All right, Coach, it's the NFL on EA Sports as you take a look there at Lincoln Financial Field in Philadelphia, PA. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Los Angeles Rams and the Philadelphia Eagles. The final playoff push is upon us. It's Week 12 of the NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. Now the return. Here comes Randall Cobb. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. Take this up near the 35, maybe the 34. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. The success there, Charles, coming on the outside of the field, the ground game. Curious to see if that continues as we progress.
Yeah, we often talk about a variety in play calling and usually between run and pass. But in this case, with strictly the run game, you can be creative there as well. Run it inside, run it outside, keep the defense off balance.
He didn't seem in a rush. I guess they just didn't know where the play clock was.
I think you're right about that because there was no hurried movements there, right? No up-tempo at all. Clock just ran out. I think he was as surprised as maybe his bench was.
They are pushed back 5 yards by the delay of game, 2nd and 8. Here's Gone. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. He's picked off at his own 47. And the return this time will go out to the 42-yard line. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts.
Lose 5-7, lose 5-7.
So after the INT, here's Wentz. They dump off underneath to Ajayi. And he showcases the spin, a pretty good gain before he's taken down. Give him 7 on the play, and it'll make it a 2nd down.
Well, it's tough to be a defender in today's NFL because there's so many things to account for in today's passing game, including the back sneaking out of the backfield. Not quite as bad as a Turkey Bowl where you have that center-eligible stuff, but still a lot of guys to account for.
Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3.
Here we go. 120.
And with the play clock at 3, we'll get a signal and a timeout on the whistle. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
81.
Now Wentz throwing on 2nd down. And that's off the mark, incomplete.
That one didn't quite make it to the target, but that's not always a function of the strength of the arm of the quarterback, is it? Sometimes there's just too much pressure there. In any case, the ball doesn't arrive.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3.
Hey, 4 down. Black. Gray 15.
Here's Wentz to throw. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And finally down he goes goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. The Eagles into the red zone for the first time. They've got it 1st and goal at the 7. Now it's the Boise State alum, Jay Ajayi. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal. Be interesting to see now what they do offensively down near the goal line after not much there that time.
As the offensive play caller, that may change your sequence now. Instead of coming right back with a running play, you may have to go to the air.
The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on 2nd and goal. Working from the gun, Wentz. Oh, nearly picked. And maybe lucky there. This guy doesn't drop many defensively. 3rd down.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Wentz now to throw. And that's going to be caught for an Eagles touchdown. In for the score. And the Eagles have taken the early lead. On for the extra point, Jake Elliott.
Great field position has to be one of the best friends an offense can have. When you don't have very far to go, you should cash it in with points.
Well, we looked at each other right when he flinched. We knew that that flag was coming.
Yeah, offsides, easy call, mark off the 5, and keep it moving.
And a short kick, taking it about the 16. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. Here's a Los Angeles offense as they get set to take possession. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's 2nd down.
Defensively here, you're facing a top-5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL, so when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20-point score, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
To throw on 2nd down is gone. He'll throw underneath for Gurley. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. It'll be a 2-yard gain, and that'll make it 3rd down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Just beating the play clock is gone. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. And the Eagles are going to go ahead and take another timeout. And that's their 2nd charge timeout here in this 1st quarter. They're down to 1 remaining.
go, fellas. Here we go.
Goff on first down. Pressure from his right, and he goes down hard, flat on his back. Fletcher Cox continuing to fight downfield. The big tackle gets him for a loss of 11. Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21.
Super.
A shotgun snap for Goff. That's caught by his tight end, Gerald Everett. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down. And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively.
Start left here. Orange, 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 orange.
Out of the gun. Goff. They got a man. It's Woods. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. Goff hitting Woods for a Rams first. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
Now a first down throw. Goff. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete.
We've already seen him catch a few passes out of the backfield in the first half, unable to connect on that one.
Certainly seems like getting him the ball out of the passing game, though, is part of their game plan.
It certainly is because he catches it well, creates a mismatch. You're going to cover him with a linebacker, a corner, a safety. They feel like he can win every battle.
A play fake to Gurley. Now Goff. Caught left side by Cobb. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
This will be the 8th play of the drive here. 3rd and 4. Throwing again is Goff. That's going to be complete to his tight end, Everett. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Catch number 40 for him on the year. It's a first down.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion.
This will be the first red zone opportunity now for the Rams. 1st and 10 at the 19. Goff throwing again. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Jordan Hicks. And he'll take this across midfield and inside the 45.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be brought down at about the 42. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
And he's going to get this inside the 30. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs.
We always talk about having to read defenses. and how complicated that is? Well, this was an excellent read. Read the pressure and got rid of the football before it even got to him for a nice game.
And when they're blitzing like that, running back usually a good spot to go with a football?
Without a doubt, because he's right in your sight line or he's near you. So you're able to just get it to him easily. And once he gets in space, that's usually a good matchup for him.
He finds Aguilar over the middle. And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. And that's one of his advantages of a passer, is it not? With his height, setting back there in the pocket, firing it over the middle, he can really see everything clearly.
It is, and I know that other quarterbacks get it done different ways, all right? You don't have to be his height to make a great play. But what he does is he takes away having to make those slide steps in the pocket to find angles to throw the ball through. He just throws right over the top of it because he can see everything, and sometimes that saves time and gets the ball to a receiver quicker.
And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there, but it's enough to give him a new set of downs. Right back to him on first down. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level, because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, 82. These pants make me look fat. And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. On second down, here's Wentz. And his throw here's incomplete. Nelson Aguilar, the intended receiver. And now it's third down.
When I watched that play, I thought about what my coaches had told me in the past. The biggest teaching point, get your head around. Locate the football so you can make a play on it while it's in the air. That's exactly what he did there. That was nice.
Hey, here we go. 20. Lefty. Trey 15.
Now Wentz on third down. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up fourth down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
Boy, you sure don't see that too often.
I guess you can't really call anything a gimme, but you figure with his track record, that's a sure thing. But it turns out it's not the case.
Goff will lead the Rams up here first and 10 at their own 26. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. But it looked like a Rams player was able to get his hands on it, yes. So they will hold on to the football indeed. Got to assume this defense will be charging again here. It's 2nd and 15. Now Goff will hand this one to Gurley. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up third down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long.
Starting left here. Super.
3rd and long. It's gone. He's going to wind up and air it out. It got his man complete. Past the 20. Touchdown, L.A. Randall Cobb, 79 yards. And the Rams are an extra point away from tying up this football game. And when a Hail Mary is completed for a touchdown pass like that, I think any defensive coordinator just puts their face right into their hands.
I don't think there's any doubt about it, and I don't have stats in front of me. I don't have the empirical numbers that say that in recent years the Hail Mary pass has been completed more than it has been, but it feels that way, doesn't it? And I know the defenses are spending more time on it. I think the biggest mistake they make is that they play everything from behind the receiver. I think they've got to start getting people in front as well to try and knock the ball away.
The Eagles coming out as they get ready. And they had compiled a pretty long drive last time. Unfortunately, though, it ended with no points after the missed field goal.
And that can hurt the psyche of a team because as they drove downfield, you know you're never supposed to count points in your mind until they go up on the board. Well, let's face it, we've been there. We've seen teams before. They were counting on those points. They didn't get them. Can they come back now?
This is caught inside the 15. Wentz able to hook up with Aguilar for a big gain. 64 yards.
That's a big-time pitch and catch right there. And, partner, I remember the days when quarterbacks would try this. They were holding their breath. But nowadays, they're counting on their receiver to be just a little bit better than the defensive back when it's one-on-one and the ball's in the air like that.
Well, that didn't take long. One play, and we're already looking at a first-and-goal situation. And they'll go with the ground attack here. So a good spin move there before he's taken down. A nice little gain. A minute 59 to go in the first half. We'll come back to Philadelphia after this. Second and goal from the 1. Now Wentz will keep it. And he's in for an Eagles touchdown. Carson Wentz, his second touchdown of the game, 17th on the year. And the Eagles are able to cash it in for 6. Elliott good on the extra point, and that makes the score 14-7. Elliott now to kick this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
They'll start out on the ground with Gurley. And he'll take this one up to about the 23. Nigel Bradham brings him down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
Here's Goff now on second down. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. He'll wind up getting 4 there on his own, but it will. Leave them now with a third down situation. Line and talk over what to do next. The Rams on third down. A perfect 4 for 4 thus far. This time they face a 3rd and 2. From the gun, here's Goff. Working the middle here, that's complete to Everett, the tight end. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs. On first down, it's Gurley. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. No gain on the play there, 2nd down.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker, and what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
On 2nd down, here's Goff. Dancing to his left. Got a man complete. It's Chris Hogan. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the 2nd quarter. So the 14 yards actually takes him from 143 to the other for 1st and 10. Now Goff on 1st down. He's going to go for a big play downfield. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
So 2nd down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43. Back to the air. Goff on 2nd down. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Cobb. And he's going to get this inside the 30. And now we won't see a play on 1st down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. On 1st down, Goff. Incomplete, and we're down to 8 seconds now. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
Start left here.
Again, Goff. Under pressure, and down he goes. They sack him back at the 36. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. And quite a bit of pizza in this box. It's a 53-yard attempt. And this is good. It was running out of gas there at the end, but he winds up getting just enough on it. All right, hang on. We'll jump over halftime. So we've come to halftime here in Philly with the Eagles on top. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. Spinning past him. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Out come the Eagles now as they'll go on offense first here in the 3rd quarter. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Black. Here we go. Like 20. Here, sit.
Wentz now on 1st down. It's caught by Aguilar. They call it a gain of 19, and it moves the chains. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete.
The effort's always going to be there. Everyone's always going to try and make a catch, but underthrown balls, I think, are the toughest ones to come back and get because usually your momentum's going in the opposite direction when you're trying to stop, break, and come back and get it.
So 2nd down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43. Wentz again here on 2nd and 10. And Miller with it over the middle. And he's taken down inside the 30. First target, first catch, and a 1st down.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Come on now. Let's go. Grade 15. Grade 15. Here we go. Like 20. Here, sit. Go.
Wentz now on 1st down. Looking for the end zone. And incomplete. He dropped it in the end zone.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
Grade 15. Grade 15.
Wentz will try again on 2nd down. First possession of the 3rd quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
Time to establish the run game here. Gurley. And a very short pickup there across the 15 to the 16. Tackled that time by Sidney Jones.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
All right. Come on out. Check. Shell.
To throw on 2nd down is gone. In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. Jordan Hicks leading the surge there. He drops him for a loss of 6. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
No run call here. They'll look to throw instead. Flush to his right. Able to find a seam for 14 yards, but still now facing a 4th down after the scramble.
Partner, as a quarterback, sometimes you just got to know when the clock has gone off in your head, it's time to go. Tuck it and get all you can.
Here's Johnny Hacker now. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. And a little too much mustard on that one. It hits a couple yards into the end zone. A missed opportunity there maybe to pin them back. The Eagles offense now gets set to head back onto the field. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part two, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Here we go. Waiting.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And he finds a man with a crossing route. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. The drive starting play, a good one. Give him 19.
Brandon, so many times we see the crossing route start as a quick hitter, but in this play, he had time in the pocket and waited for him to clear going across.
Wentz now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. Now Wentz. That ball's caught. Aguilar right side. And getting this just shy of midfield. They'll spot it at the 49. A nice pick up there, 10 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
Elsewhere, second half is underway up in Orchard Park. The Bills, they've moved out in front over the Patriots. We'll keep you updated on that one as it progresses. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. And trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
Play action. Now Wentz. They dump off underneath to Ajayi. And he is going to lose yardage here. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a third down.
That was well defended, and while it was a completion, it resulted in a loss of yardage. It's really, really hard for a running back to think to himself, I probably should have just dropped it and saved the yardage. It goes against the entire training that he's had his whole career.
The Eagles on third down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 11. Throwing now is Wentz. Aguilar has it. That one goes for 29 yards on third down. The last drive he threw the pick, but he's not shy. He's going downfield again there.
And you can't be, because if you back off after throwing an interception, your whole game plan just goes right out the window, and it makes things easier for a defense. And you and I both know there's a quarterback in this league that's any good that doesn't throw an interception occasionally, and they usually bounce back in a big way. I've seen guys throw 5 and still find a way to win the game in the end.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Well, once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10. This is Ajayi. And he'll be taken down near the 20 at the 21. It's Jaleel Adai who brings him down. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
They stay on the ground. Again, it's Ajayi. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. It's a gain of 5, but it'll lead to a 4th down.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. So you wonder what's going on in that head right about now. That's 2 missed field goals for him now, and this one should have been no problem.
For an NFL kicker, you're thinking 97, 98% from this distance, and this one somehow fails to go through. And that's 3 points you just absolutely have to count on getting.
They'll try and start the drive with Gurley. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. Give him 10 yards there, and about by the nose of the football, he's going to have a first down.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air.
So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33. Now a first down throw. Gone. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the Eagles have recovered. Holding on to the football becoming a little bit of an issue. He had 2 fumbles last week, remember.
I played for a guy that used to talk all the time about creating turbulence in the pocket, making the quarterback jumpy, make him antsy, keep getting after him a little bit, and make sure he thinks about holding on to the ball because you're going after him.
Ram. 82.
Now after the fumble recovery, it's Wentz. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Zach Ertz with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Eagles take advantage of good field position on the turnover to cash this one in. Elliott on for the extra point. Elliott good with a PAT, and that makes it a 21-10 game. Elliott now to kick this one away. Defensively, you said coming in earlier in the broadcast, the magic number was 20 points for you. That's what you thought they would have to hold this offense to, or less than that. And, wow, they've done that in a big way, haven't they?
Not only have they done it, they put themselves in a great position to win this one because holding them down was paramount. If they can get it done, well, guess what? We see the end result. Right now, they have their eye on victory.
And leading here in the 4th. On first down, it's gone. Flushed out right. He finds an opening past the 40. Successful start to the drive, 17 yards. It moves the sticks.
Looks to me, partner, like he's learned a little bit because earlier in the game, I think he was trying to force a lot of throws into some windows that just weren't open.
Yeah, the interceptions had plagued him, especially a second interception, really a bad throw. So maybe a better decision there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I think he learned from earlier in the game, and he's applying it now.
He gets it over the middle to Cobb. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. He got 29 yards that time. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, got to like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
That his first catch so far. They've held him under wraps, but he's got a first down there. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. From the red zone now, Goff. Oh, it's incomplete. That would have been big in the end zone if he could have held on. Instead, it's 2nd down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. A shotgun snap for Goff. And he's going to be taken down. Goff is sacked. Brandon Graham in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year. And now the Eagles going to signal for a timeout. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. The Rams on third down. They have been superb. 5 for 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 16.
12.
Out of the gun. Goff. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Brandon Graham in there to get him, and that's sack number 6 for him on the year. So out comes a field goal team now for the second time here today. He hit his first one, this from 44 yards out now. And this one is no good. He missed it. And this score will stay right where it is.
Everything looked good. Good snap, good hold. Sometimes, though, the ball just doesn't want to go where you want it. And this one winds up no good.
Wentz and the Eagles now with a 1st and 10 at the 34.
Black. There we go. Back. Waiting.
Working from the gun. Wentz. He's got his man on the crossing route. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. That play going for 16 yards to start the drive. 1st down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be taken down right around the 41-yard line. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short. Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Yeah, think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario, tell you what they're looking for, and make sure that they're still attacking, yet at the same time not going so fast as to leave too much time on the clock.
After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2.
Here we go. 180.
To throw is Wentz. Ertz has it left side. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. An Eagle 1st down, Wentz to Ertz.
When you have someone throwing it that well, that confidently, you don't have to call the game in fear at all, do you? You just go ahead and play.
Yep, confidence with a lead to throw it here in the 4th, and boom, he's on the money.
Yeah, you don't have to tuck your head in and go like turtle at this point. You can just go ahead and play.
Now Wentz. And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line. How about the big boys snagging one? You don't see that every week.
No, you don't, but a lot of them are just reliving their old dreams, going back to when they were in youth football and in high school. They didn't always play defensive line. Some of them actually handled the football, and you can see the flashback when he grabbed that one.
Goff now to throw. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess. 2nd and 10 now from the 27.
Super 1. Maverick.
On 2nd and 10, Goff. And Cooks has it over the middle. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A really nice gain of 25 yards. Now a play fake here on 1st down. Rolling to his right. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first. Late in the game, defense trying to avoid a big play. He's able to work out of the passing game, turn it into a run, pick up the first, and stop the clock as well.
And you know in this situation, everything is sped up. The intensity, the thinking, everyone's movement. But for a quarterback, he has to continue to do what we call flatliner. Level in everything he does and read the clock, feel it in the pocket, and go at the appropriate time.
Now here's a pass on 1st down that's knocked away and incomplete. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. From the gun, here's gone. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd.
Really nice play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball, but for the guys on the offensive line, they're doing a nice job of trying to protect their passer. But when a guy hops in the air and goes airborne to try and knock one away, it's difficult because you can't reach out and grab him. That'll be a holding penalty. So all you're trying to do is make some type of a play on him, make some type of contact to try and get his arms out of the sky.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Goff now looking to throw. And it got him in. It's Woods. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. And 21 yards there as they convert on 3rd. Time for a break. We'll come back and see this one out after this. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. On first down, gone. And nearly picked off. Surprising to see a defender of his caliber let it get away, but it does get away and it's 2nd down. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Goff throwing again. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Rams. Brandon Cooks, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Rams have got this back to a one-score game. All right, now a big two-point conversion attempt still to come.
This certainly feels like they were wanting to go for 2, but weren't really sure they should go for 2. Do we, don't we, do we, don't we? And guess what ends up happening?
5-yard penalty.
That's right. Now you probably line up and kick the extra point.
A big play coming now for the Rams as they'll go for 2.
Tiger, Tiger. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Back to throw. Over the middle, and it's incomplete. Should have been picked. Probably doesn't matter on a two-point conversion, but still, as a former DB, you want to grab that ball when you can, don't you?
You certainly do, and don't say it, because I know you're thinking it. Don't say it.
What am I thinking?
You know I know what you're thinking. Well, if he'd had hands, he'd be playing on offense, right?
That's true. You've said that before. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. They have the lead, obviously, late in the game. I guess the good news for them is if for some reason they would make a mistake, a field goal does the opposition no good.
Everyone loves to have a little bit of a cushion, and that helps you immeasurably. But the bottom line is, do all the things that you're taught in order to close out the game. Don't even let that become an issue.
Yeah, but still a one-possession game. This one not fully over yet. Try to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. And now the Rams are going to halt things as they want a timeout, as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards.
Liz 5-3, Liz 5-3.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And that one blown up quickly, as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. That'll go as a loss of 5. And that'll bring up a 3rd down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
And no one there to stop it. Hits at the 8, but it carries all the way into the end zone for a touchback. So now here are the Rams as their offense comes back out. They're down here in a 1-score game. But the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time gives them a chance to run their offense, to go through play sequences. And this is what they work on every week in practice, usually on a Friday. They go over this type of a situation, late game situation. What are we going to do when we have the opportunity? They've called these plays a bunch of times. Now's their chance to execute them.
Yeah, they have the opportunity now. Here's the execution.
Well, he's proven real effective running the football. No one open, don't force it. Just get what you can, and that's what he's done very well in this game.
He'll look to throw. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Jordan Hicks. And the return will be stopped at the 34-yard line.
And that one, it's going to hurt big time. You're in the 2-minute drill trying to get your guys down the field, and it's looking like they're going to go up just short, as this is definitely not his best throw. And it'll wind up being intercepted.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Wentz to throw. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
My high school coach, John Ford, used to say all the time, if you're in a bad situation, laddie, don't compound it with a bad decision as well. And I think that's what we just saw there. Harassed in the pocket, and he throws into double coverage anyway.
He called you laddie?
He called me laddie, and that was the nicest thing he called me.
Going up, and this is caught. A very nice pickup of 33. Yards. It's 1st and goal, and a late touchdown at this stage could officially salt this one away. Now a toss play. It's Ajayi. And he's across for the touchdown. And in the final minute, that should just about seal it.
And that touchdown should make you feel comfortable. But do you really feel like it's totally over yet?
Not totally, but I think you're pretty much there.
Yeah, you've still got to make sure you stay with it, do all the right things down the stretch, especially on defense. But that touchdown there, you've got to feel good about your chances.
Elliott good on the extra point, and it gives his guys a 12-point advantage. Elliott now to kick this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Rams offense now, they get set and head back onto the field. What do you do here down like this in this situation? Do you maybe just pick something out of the playbook you haven't called in a while, or you call it a day?
You can do that, or you pick something that's a staple for you and should work better, and try and execute that on the way out the door and maybe get back to base and feel a little bit better as you end a ball game that's been a frustrating one for you.
And we'll see if they go back to base. Goff turns and gives to Gurley. And he'll get this one up to the 26. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Defenses always talk about earning the right to rush the passer on 3rd down. And you know what offenses want? Win 1st down so they can set things up for themselves better.
And that wasn't helpful there. Not a big impact on 1st down. And, Charles, you know what coaches always tell us. We want to win our home games. That much we know. We want to protect our home turf. They got that done in this one.
Exactly right. When you start a season, everyone's goal: win all of your home games, split your road games, and you're likely going to be in the playoffs. But when you win at home, boy, what a great feeling that is. You don't even mind if people are at your house when you get home after a win like that.
So for the Eagles, the win gets them a step closer to 500 at 5-6. And they'll get another home date next week as the 49ers will come to town. Meanwhile, for Los Angeles, it's starting to look like it won't be their year as they drop to 5-6. And they will get a home date next week as they will take on the Dallas Cowboys. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.
look in the mirror, how could you face that? Mask on, don't even know where my face at. Plenty don't even know where to waste that. All these in the room, how could you waste that? Huh? Why would you chase that? It's a never-ending run on this racetrack. No matter what, I'ma stay black. It's a never-ending run on this racetrack. Need more jewelry. What I tell myself as I'm writing my eulogy. Ask the mirror, how you put up with this foolery? In reply, how you put up with this song and dance, soulless buffoonery. Long romance, death, what it do to me? Yeah, making any dream was a nightmare.